This ain't Yo Daddy's Exorcist. This is a found footage exorcism movie about a family who's being disturbed by some crazy stuff. And yeah, I got some thoughts about this one. Is it going to be everything that you want? Let's talk about it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're continuing our Voidtober celebration with a spoiler-free review of a found footage film called Name the Demon. I don't know what its name is. Well, actually, they do say in the movie, but... So first up, I saw the trailer for this online somewhere, and it's been kind of bouncing around, and I like found footage films, first of all, but I am very, very picky about them. Acting has to be tolerable. For me to really enjoy it, it really has to get me like buzzing. You know, if it doesn't do those things, it's kind of like I may watch it again at some point, but it's kind of forgettable because we do get a lot of these, and it's no offense to anybody that makes them. It's just, you know, I have to wade through so many that I am not fond of that I want to find the gems that I really like. And not every film can be a banger, let's be honest. Now, this movie is written and directed by a team. It is Carmelo and Nicholas Chimera, who also did another movie called Sin Eater. That was in 2022, not to be confused with a new movie called Curse of the Sin Eater, which literally just came out here recently, or is coming out. I'm actually planning to watch it. Name the Demon. What is it all about? Well, it's about this guy named David. He's a father. He's has a wife who's actually infected with some sort of demon. He, his wife, and his child are living in this house going through some pretty crazy stuff because his wife is apparently possessed. Now, David doesn't believe in this kind of stuff, so it's a little awkward for him to seek the help of some priests. But he does, and the priest gets so freaked out that he gets into some trouble with it, and they have to send some new priests in and document what's happening in this house. And that's the found footage aspect that you're going to see in this movie. This is being filmed by one of their helpers. There's like two priests and this guy, and they go into this house, and things happen. It starts off kind of good, actually. I was kind of into it. I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. The atmosphere in this one was not happening for me, unfortunately, and that's a big problem. Now, I am forgiving of found footage a little bit more than some others, and you know, some people they really just hate any kind of jump scares in it. There was a couple jump scares. I think there was like one in particular that got me, but this one is trying to rely, I think, on the atmosphere. And if that's the case and I'm not feeling it, it's gonna make it a tough watch for a lot of people, I think. They also decided to do very long shots, which, you know, kind of makes it feel more authentic. But if the acting isn't like perfect, what's the point of doing a long, authentic take? In my opinion, just do whatever you got to do to try to make it feel right and go through as many takes as you need to do it the right way. And I think it always adds to the flair of a film that might not have the money or the means to make it a good film and to cover some of those mistakes. Now, there is some moments in the film where some spooky stuff happens, but mostly it was pretty light. And I was expecting a hell of a lot more than what we got. You know, she's possessed, but it just feels like some woman who's like high on meth and she's yelling at people at a lot of moments. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the actress or the movie or anything like that. I'm saying that it was missing the connection to that possession. And they did use some sort of audio effects in there occasionally, which were kind of in and out. Like they didn't really stay in, or, you know, there wasn't this, you know, obviously a backtrack in it. Not that it needed it, because, you know, some found footage purists will get mad at you for that one. It just didn't feel like this was a possession to me in a lot of ways. And the scare gags that they're supposed to have in this movie, there was a couple that were kind of interesting and I liked in the very beginning, but then they kind of just trailed off, and the middle of the whole movie was slow and dragging, and I kind of felt like what are we doing here, folks? You know, like I felt like they could have redone a couple of scenes or something like that and made it a little bit better. It just didn't work for me particularly. Again, it's a moderately well acted film. It's not like the worst thing. I didn't like hate myself for watching this film or anything like that. I'm not that upset about it, but I wanted it to be better than it was. And unfortunately, it just did not deliver the goods in the ways that I prefer to see a found footage movie. It is definitely a little bit on the tropier side. There wasn't really too much of a curveball in it, and they kind of leaned on some parts in the movie to try to put your mind towards that direction, to kind of like force you that way. And it kind of ended up in a way that I was just kind of like, oh, well, that's all? So unfortunately, it just wasn't for me. So I think this one's going to be a low watcher on a list, but you can rent it or, watch it. I think it's on Tubi as well. So if you want to check it out and not have to risk, spending any money, it was only $3. I paid that on Prime to watch it anyway. So unfortunately, this movie is on a found footage scale, very low in the numbers. I've seen worse films do better, and I've given them low scores, so unfortunately this one is just going to be like a 3 maybe out of 10, and unfortunately I wish I had something better to say than that, but you guys know me and I have to be honest. Like, that's all I have. That's my only thing, and at the end of the day, it's just my opinion anyway. It's not like everybody's gonna have the same opinion. Every movie I hate, there's somebody that absolutely loves it and think it's their best film ever. So hopefully it is for you. I really genuinely hope that. But for me, I just really didn't find this one to be that exciting, even if I know some of the people involved. Matter of fact, Joe Castro, who is one of the special effects makeup people in the industry, who does a fantastic job, makes a cameo in here as a priest, and that was kind of delightful. I kind of enjoyed seeing that. He's a very talented individual, and seeing him act in it was a little different and kind of a nice surprise, I guess. But yeah, what do you guys think? Did you see the trailer for this? Did you hear about this movie? I would love to hear what you think about this film in the comment section down below. If you found this video enjoyable, please hit the like and subscribe button. I've got plenty more for you guys on the way. And believe me, we got some stuff happening, so be on the lookout. I have another interview coming up. Voidtober is a happening, so I hope you're enjoying the content. Check out some of the older stuff if you haven't already. We've got a lot of content up right now. And as always, long live the Void.